Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to race number 12.
Race number 11 out of 20.
It's race number 12.
It is not. I'm a big fat liar. It's race number 12.
We're very glad that you're with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Dover International Speedway. Can you believe it?
Dover.
We're here. The last race of the usual season before the race-offs. And we are so glad that you're all here to join us to watch this fantastic race. Let's go through the grid. On pole. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. I'll give you the pole in a second. All right, on pole is Adam Douglas, his third of the season. Starting to the inside of Caitlin Thibodeau, who is running a retro scheme to the first time the Big Squeezy was on a primary sponsor in a car in this series. She'll be starting to the outside of Adam Douglas, which is kind of interesting. The 92 is what the 0 was last year when they won the championship season. So starting third is David Walsh in the Texas Whataburger Toyota to the inside of Joseph Onesto in the Lucas Oil Chevy Camaro. And behind them is Quinn Izzo in the purple machine to the inside of Brett Pritchard in the red Mobile One Toyota Camry. And then behind them we have Jay Langelier and Connor Meir, the two Meir Toyota racing drivers, will start side by side. Behind them we have Dylan Young, who's second in points to Dakota Cottle, who will be starting to the outside of him. And then behind them we have Aaron Douglas and Benjamin Thomas. Can't get that to go lower, can you?
What's up?
I'm stuck. How do you get that to go lower than 12?
You can.
Okay, then we're just going to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So, and then in row 7, we have Eugene Hawk to the inside of the 88 car. And then behind them, we have Justin Osborne in row number 8, the inside of Ryan DeLusso. Of course, the 61 car is now primary sponsored by Camping World.
And then Jonathan Hicks to the outside of Richie Mancha's 82 car.
And then Andrew Weisbecker in the MearToyota.com Supreme Motorsports Toyota Camry. The inside of Jack McCurry in the Pepsi Chevy.
And Francie Davis in 21st. She starts to the inside of Alex Tanker's 84 Ford.
And we have Scott Vickers and Mark Whitley.
Who?
And
Chris
then,
Davis starts to the inside of the number 77 Ford Nexus Racing. That's Jonathan Rains.
and then the 99 and Sammy Cobb in the 6 will complete row 17 or 14.
And Tim Salmon, who'll be starting to the inside of Noah Joyce.
And then in the last row, we have Zach McAdoo and Aaron Gabron. And then the rest of these guys are going home. And we got to quickly disqualify them because we're pretty close to the time. So Trent McPherson is going home. Timmy Weathers is going home. Who? Greg Graziano and Joey Sanders and Brandon Crasta will all miss the field for today's event.
The slowest car was Brandon Crasta's machine. Told you, dude. I told you.
What a lovely throwback scheme that is.
Definitely Adam on a wonderful, nice paint scheme.
Throwback to his first career win here at Dover International Speedway with NOS energy drink sponsorship. Of course, now he's got LL Flooring.
That car still looks Quite wonderful, though.
Yeah, I do. It's a very nice qualifying effort by Caitlin Thibodeau, though, to start second.
Yeah, not bad for her. That's going to be her best showing so far the entire season.
How about the entire Mir Toyota Racing being the top 10?
The Mir, Connor told me coming into this weekend as the cars just got their commands to fire that they were bringing every single car brand new to this weekend.
Well, it's something that they've been doing for a couple races in the last 4.
So they said they had some fantastic speedway cars to bring out to this race. And also with Redline Racing, Aaron Douglas, he said that he had brought out a Western Auto Racing car to have himself in the 97 this weekend for chase efforts.
Right, but going back to Mir Toyota Racing, they hired a new general manager. And so in recent weeks, they have been rolling out a new plan. And it looks like it's going to be working so far. They're trying to get all 4 cars into the playoffs, the race-offs, I should say. And so another car to watch out for on the bubble is Benjamin Thomas. I believe he's currently outside at the moment, trying to look in.
He is that bubble currently with these drivers. We are currently working on getting it so you guys can see live point stuff on this, but that will be coming in the future. But we will keep you guys updated as the race goes on. At the moment, there are about 6 or 7 drivers that are currently trying to fight to get into this chase battle, and 3 of them will not make it in.
And we are racing at Dover. The 0 car gets going.
Huge jump for the 0 car of Adam Douglas.
Caitlin Thibodeau quickly shoots out to second as the battle is for third now between David Walsh and Joseph Onesto, as Onesto's going to be able to clear Walsh for third.
Ooh, what
a huge moment by Walsh. That's going to allow Pritchard to move into fourth.
That could have been a disastrous moment if the cars got jumbled up there. Aaron
We're 3 wide.
Hard spot with it. Yes, there's Eugene Hogg and Benjamin Thomas.
Thomas is in the wall.
Oh, contact, and they get shuffled around. Heavy damage to that number 9 car.
The 9 car's got heavy right side damage.
He's limping around this track. He's not going to be able to make it back around. And there will have a caution for that. So let's go ahead. And again, this is one of those drivers that's a chase contender who was on that bubble to make it in. So this caution's really going to save him.
Yeah, he's currently in 11th in points with just 4 points ahead of the bubble. So
3 wide here with Eugene Hawk and Dylan Young. And it looks like Eugene Hawk's going to make just the slightest contact getting tight out of the corner. And that's going to send the 9 car into the wall.
Well, he probably got loose and had to chase it up.
Look at the 88 car trying to save it. He did his best. But heavily unfortunate for the number 9 Chevy. He is not going to be happy with this. So
9 car's still limping around.
yeah, he's trying to make it back in. Very unfortunate for the Thomas machine.
So he's been able to get through pit road and rejoin the field.
Yes.
So we'll see how much speed he has. We saw that a teammate of his, Ryan DeLusso, had some pretty heavy wall contact quite a few weeks ago.
It's like he's going to come back in for more repairs. The team is just working their due diligence to get this thing repaired as quickly as possible and keep this car on the lead lap.
We saw Ryan DeLusso a few weeks ago at one of the short tracks had wall contact, and upon getting repairs for the wall contact, it's better now. He had almost more speed afterwards, so I think that's what Benjamin Thomas is hoping for.
So we will keep an eye on what goes on for him. And
so Joseph Onesto shot up to second place now.
yes. So only 3 laps completed so far tonight. Adam, with your being your race leader. Caitlin, actually the entirety of Meyer Toyota having a fantastic beginning to this race. A bunch of their Toyotas are up here inside the top 10. Looks like the biggest mover so far this race is Jack McCurry, currently in the 15th spot. He started 20th. Sorry, Sammy Cobb with 6 spots gained in this race so far.
Sammy Cobb, of course, is displeased with his race team. Currently 19th in points.
And the driver that has lost the most besides Ben, who is unfortunate with the crash, is Jay Langelier, who has lost 6 spots since he started this.
Langelier is 16th in points behind Noah Joyce.
Yeah, he was on the bubble. He was right on the bubble. So this might actually help him.
Yeah, he's about 26 points behind Kalen Thibodeau for making it in. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Jay Langelier, and they're certainly going to be hopeful that they can get things turned around. Certainly not the start of the race that they were hoping for. Benjamin Thomas is on the radio asking the 88 car to get parked after an incidental contact between the two of them. The 88 team of Eugene Hawk had radioed to apologize to the 9 car. They certainly didn't want that contact to occur. Of course, they're both sitting in 10th and 11th in points. So it's unfortunate that occurred. Both drivers are just going to have to try to move forward. Thomas certainly has a uphill battle to climb, but of course he's going to have 3-lap fresher tires than everybody else.
And, it's something like this, it's not uncommon that a wrecked car ends up being slightly faster. And he's got plenty of time to work through this field. We still have 65 laps to go throughout this thing. So I wouldn't worry too much. There's still plenty of time to recuperate and get some points. And who knows, maybe some other incidents could happen on track.
Exactly. We should be going back to green this time.
Yes.
Yeah, lights on the pace car are out.
And just a friendly reminder, this is the last race before the race-offs.
The race-offs. I can race better than you can.
Hype, hype,
Hype, hype,
hype, hype, hype.
Bubbles.
Testicles.
And the green flag is back in the air.
Adam leads us back to the race. Augusto behind him with Caitlin Murray in 3rd.
Get a look at the 00 car of Andrew Weisbecker. Weisbecker's way high, and a huge moment out of the 53
wide.
car. The 6.
Oh, gets
God.
Cobb into the wall. And not a lot of damage. They're going to stay green.
They're 4 wide.
Oh, gosh. More hard racing right behind them. A couple of drivers that are actually on the chase bubble. Noah Joyce, who dived.
Oh, Weisbecker.
I think he just blew a tire. That was coming down here on pit road. That's Andrew Weisbecker, who, for Supreme Motorsports, it looks like he may have blown a tire. Leaving that corner, he was lucky it happened right there and not be affected of anything else. But, wow, that could have been a lot worse. These drivers racing as hard as they can to get as many points and positions as possible. Weisbecker, who was not a part of the battle for getting the chase, but these 3 drivers are.
Yeah, but they're equally having some rough days so far.
Noah Joyce dives it in really hard at that corner. He gets loose all around, but he's holding it together to complete this pass on Chris Davis. again, this is just the battle for the 23rd, but you can see just how hard these guys are racing for anything they can possibly get. Ooh, and Noah Joyce with a very incorrect entry. He will be subdued to the 83 as they're going to get really close here, leaving the corner. Back to check up onto the lead of the field. Adam Douglas, still your leader with a 1 second lead over Joseph Anasto.
Brett Pritchard's moved up into third spot with Kalen Thibodeau falling back to fourth. Connor Mears is now in fifth.
And Aaron is just outside the top 10 as he is working around the number 9 car, Benjamin Thomas, that lap car.
Which he has a lot of speed still. He's just 2 laps down. He's going to have to hope for a caution to get back to the lead lap.
He needs a caution badly. But he shows that he could be up here still as Aaron goes to the outside of the 9 machine, or was attempting to. Western Auto team owner. Connor Meir up here, working on the number 92 car.
So Mears been able to work his way by the 92 car.
Looks like she's going to let the 9 car continue to pass by.
Meir, Pritchard, and Adam Douglas are in a 3-way tie for most top 5s. All 3 of them are in the top 5.
And Aaron's going to take advantage of this to work around the 9 car by moving to the inside, and not going to be able to do it with the speed the 9 gets off the corner.
Benjamin Thomas still has a lot of speed. Like, oh, the 92 gets sideways.
Oh, that was close contact. A block, and still getting loose. Checks up throughout the corner. That just threw the 97 car off of his groove. That's going to affect the way he was catching up to her.
Dylan Young's moved up to 10th.
After the scuffle he got into with our previous guys, Eugene Hawk, he is actually in the 8th position. He's inside the top 10. 97 has worked himself around the 92 car. Weisbecker? Fixed?
Yes.
Ooh, and a bobble going into that corner. He is driving this thing like a bat out of hell.
But he is 3 laps down.
There is no give during this race. It is all take.
Dakota Cottle has moved up to the 9th spot as Eugene Hawk goes to the outside of the 56 car. I guess it was just a look. Hasn't quite made his way up there yet as he gets a big run down the back straight.
Eugene Hawk, former iRacing driver, having a fantastic showing in RPM this year. Working on Chris Moore, a FARCA veteran. And he will complete the pass. That'll put him into the 7th spot.
And Aaron Douglas has completed the pass on Caitlin Thibodeau, which moves her back to the 6th spot.
Puts Aaron inside the top 5.
Here comes the 56 of David Walsh around the outside of the 88 trying to get him back.
He's doing what he can. He's going to get a run coming off this corner, but the 88 needs to close the door if he needs to prevent that. Here comes that run.
This is just going to allow the 24 car to pull back in.
Yeah. As well as Quinn Hazel, too.
Looks like Hawk's got the pass completed now, though.
Now he just needs to settle in, grab his groove, and continue moving.
Brett Pritchard has moved up to 2nd and Connor Meir up to 3rd.
Look at that. Our 2-time champion going up against our defending champion.
And the top 3 drivers in our stats are running top 3.
And look at that. Connor Meir moving into the 2nd spot, trying to make a pass on his teammate.
Of course, Brett Pritchard is going to be leaving Meir Toyota Racing at the end of the season for iReal Motorsports.
Going to his own team that he's been developing throughout the season. And he's very excited about his new ventures. The question is who's going to take over the 2 spot next year?
I think that Meir Toyota is just going to end up dropping to 3 cars.
That would be an interesting move, but I think personally that they could sustain 4 definitely well, but we'll see how things go.
Well,
there's no
how many wins do they have this year compared to last year?
I don't want to say this is like Storehouse racing in real life, but I feel like this is like a Storehouse thing in real life. But also, they're very easily a team that bounces up as soon as the chase ramps up as well. I wouldn't count them out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but their 3 drivers from a season ago are running top 3.
And don't let this be stinted by the fact that Ford is just having a stellar season.
Yes, they are.
And they only had 1 win last year.
Aaron Douglas, speaking of Ford, has moved into the 4th spot around Joseph Onesto.
So now he's going to work on catching up to Connor Mir.
It's a
and
very
Weisbecker.
It's a very classic top 5. As it looks like Eugene Hawk has moved back around Kalen Thibodeau. Now he's right with Benjamin Thomas.
You got 2 cars running their original paint schemes, talking about classic. Adam running his throwback as mentioned earlier, and this is the first paint scheme Aaron ever ran. Back to his actual Western Auto days when he was sponsored by him. Hawk.
Still trying to hold off the 92 car and close in on the 9. The 9, of course, isn't for position.
Competition.
And we are going to be throwing the caution, which is going to be good for Benjamin Thomas. Ben's all wah. But now he's going to be back to the lead lap.
Set it up for a double file.
Yeah, I will after this. You can't revert it to double file after it's been single file. You can only do it when it's backwards.
It's Benjamin getting his lap back, as well as Andrew Weisbecker taking the wave around to get these cars cycled back around. This is exactly what Ben needs. Very exciting Dover race early on.
Yeah, since clearly the 9 car has a ton of speed in it.
So this is where the driver is going to come entirely into play. Benjamin, with an early wreck later on, is not going to be cycled back around, and once he does once more, will be put back to the lead. And we might be able to get Andrew Weisbecker back on the lead lap as well. Andrew Weisbecker, with previous contact and the blown tire, was able to make it to the pits under green and get repairs done. Benjamin, with the unfortunate circumstances of what happened to him, he now should be cycled back around into the lead lap, and we'll see what he can do with his machine. The big height. Put car logo on. There. Show me the top 5.
Oh, shit.
Who's in fifth?
Hold on.
They're fine.
Ernesto. Alright, we're coming to the green, so we're not going to be able to get
So Brett would need another caution to be cycled back around.
Andrew Weisbecker.
Sorry, Andrew Weisbecker. But Benjamin Thomas is back on the lead lap.
So we have Douglas, Pritchard, Mir, Aaron Douglas, and Joseph Ernesto for our current top 5. Bless you. And then Eugene Hawk, Caitlin Thibodeau, Dakota Cottle, David Walsh, and Quinn Izzo will round out the top 10.
Get ready to go green. And the green flag is in the air. Adam and Brett will take us back to the green flag. Racing resumes at Dover International.
Field quickly starts to sort out. Benjamin Thomas is back on the lead lap. See a lot of close racing in the middle of the field. Oh, we see 3 wide with Justin Osborne and Ryan DeLusso. They've gotten that sorted out. It's back up front. It's still the 0 car with Brett Pritchard in tow. Aaron Douglas is now in 3rd. Connor Mir back to 4th with Ernesto in 5th. It's about a 1 second lead for the 0 car over the 2.
Huge lead for the 0-2 at 97 here. 97 has worked his way around the Mir Toyota. Looks like Eugene Hawk. He's now trying to work on Ernesto. Move himself into the top 5. A deep entry, but a really, really consistent flowing turn for the 62 car. The 88's
Oh, we got loose.
Run. Wow, that makes the difference there. The 88 gets a very easy pass.
Now the 24 car is going to try to pounce on the 92.
This is the course, the battle for 4th. This is right behind the Mir Toyota. Now he's going to try and catch up to the number 29 car.
Benjamin Thomas has already moved up to the 26th position.
Moving throughout the field, the 00, if he was able to get that lap back as well, he'd be up there fighting with these cars. If he can get another caution, Andrew Weisbecker might get a really good bounce back. Ben now moving around the 53 car, puts him into the 25th position. He is hard charging. Comeback story of the race so far, easily.
He's working on the 6 car. Sammy Cobb now goes to the inside of him.
Reckless Racing Chevrolet has definitely showing his power, and under pressure Benjamin Thomas is trying to capitalize on the situation that was given upon him, as we are almost to the halfway point of the race and he is now in the 24th position. We'll keep an eye on his progress as the race continues. Up at the front, Adam with a 1.5 second lead.
over Brett Pritchard.
Absolutely dominating this race.
Here's Eugene Hawk.
Wow.
Looking on Connor Mir for fourth.
And completes the pass. And that's going to add another.
Mir's going to come back looking on the outside.
Pulling the crossover, using the arrow of the front end of that Toyota, he will re-secure the fourth position.
It's a high job.
Oh,
Here comes
no.
the 88 on the
And
outside.
then back. Slater 92 catch back up. And now Caitlin joining the battle at a hard dive into the corner goes the 88, trying to make sure he secures the fourth position.
Now it's just going to be a long road of trying to catch the 97 car.
It's a fantastic effort for Revolutions for Motorsport this year.
Yes, trying to come back with a one-car operation.
They're doing a fantastic job.
Of course, Eugene Hawk had a good run going last week before contact with the zero car.
Caitlin looking to the inside of Connor. Car starting to drop off here. Also slightly moving up, but surely is Dakota. He's now up 2 positions from where he currently was. He's trying to work on Ernesto.
You know, Ernesto's lost 4 spots since the start of the race. David Walsh has lost 6. See, Quinn Izzo's also lost 6 spots. Jack McCurry up 7. Jay Langelier's lost 8. So the zero car's lap times have actually been getting faster, growing the gap to Brett Pritchard. Now it's at 2.5 seconds.
Wow.
As Aaron Douglas is right on the back bumper of the 2 car for second now.
He's starting to peek around inside and outside. Brett delivering the block, leaving turn 4.
These are 2 very aggressive drivers. Aaron Douglas is trying to take the air off. Now going on the outside of Brett. Is Brett going to try to close the door on him?
He's going to try and use that outside speed to get around him. They are now side by side down the backstretch. Douglas brothers are 1 and 2.
Brett Pritchard's going to fight back on the inside.
Dive bomb into the corner to hold the position. Brett Pritchard aggressively retains the second spot.
And this side-by-side racing is going to be all that the 88 wants to see.
That's going to allow him to catch up and start to capitalize on these 2 drivers.
All the while allowing the zero to just totally check out.
He's now at a 3-second lead and growing every turn that these 2 are battling. And then he tried to take the air off the 97. That could have been disastrous leaving the corner, but they settled in, and Aaron secures the second spot.
Pritchard did get loose right there in the middle of the corner, and that's going to allow the 97 to close off the deal.
$1.2 million well spent.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot.
The Truck Series allowed me to do that.
It's like Hawk has been getting faster.
He has. Look at this. He's very consistent. But Connor's faster on him. I think that's actually him. Yeah, that's him above Connor. My bad.
Yeah, the gap between him and the 29 car is pretty consistent at 1.5. Now Connor's starting to catch him a little bit. Meanwhile, check in on Benjamin Thomas, now up to the 24th position. Coming to, I think that's 26 laps to go. And Ben's going to turn his sights to the 4-car Chris Davis. Brett Pritchard hasn't been able to close back in on Aaron Douglas.
Douglas Brothers just retaining 1 and 2. We have 25 laps to go.
Dakota Cottle's moved up to 6th.
Easily one of the best drivers in the field. If he was able to get a better starting position, I'm sure he'd be out there battling with Adam right now.
Yeah, that's been the story of the season up to this point between 24 and the 0. Just a couple bad races from the 0 set him back. But Dakota Cottle is very happy with his performance in Benjamin Thomas's reckless racing. I'm sure Benjamin Thomas is very pleased with his team's results so far to this season. He's got 5 wins to date.
That reckless racing has had a hell of a season, and they've continued to improve upon that as much as they possibly can. And this is where they truly need to shine. They've shown that they can get there and do it. Now they need to prove that they're here to stay for the rest of the season and try and run for that championship, because it's about to get crazy. And speaking of about to get crazy, next week we have our first and only super speedway at Daytona. And that is as unpredictable as anything.
Yeah, so there's a lot of drivers who are looking forward to heading to Daytona, especially some of the guys that are further back in the field. Noah Joyce is up 11 spots from his 30th starting position.
That's insane. Actually, I think that's the highest moved up in the entire race.
Benjamin Thomas still fighting with the 00 car.
I think this is just going to be a case of the arrow on the cars. He can't really do anything unless it gets another reset. But this is a lot better than where he could have finished.
Right.
And he's doing this with a damaged race car.
So the field is pretty much single file, as Benjamin Thomas is now to the inside of Chris Davis. See if he can't complete the pass going into here, and he is.
Everybody's bored. And we're hearing reports coming from Sammy Cobb in the 6 machine that there was debris on the racetrack. FARCA officials were reviewing and confirmed that there are indeed pieces of body panels from the leftover contact of the 00 car in turns 3 and 4 that have been kicked back up onto the racetrack, and the yellow flag is now out. This will ironically put the 00 back onto the lead lap.
So as the field shuffles out under caution, Scott Vickers, who was put a lap down by the 0 car, was given a wave around, as was the 00 of Andrew Weisbecker, to put them back on the lead lap. So everybody is on the lead lap now. Going to restart with roughly 17 laps to go. Here comes Andrew Weisbecker to go and collect his lap.
He just randomly sent Michael Walter to the gym. I need to switch this back to it before it restarts.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
And we're back
All right.
at Dover International Speedway.
Does the commercial break over?
Maybe. 17 laps to go. What did I tell you?
Oh, I just dropped out my papers. Hang on.
Well, that sucks. That's what you get for doubting me.
Just went for
18 laps to go.
Oh,
Yes!
what?
Woo!
Put a lap back on it.
I don't want to. Field speeds up. We're about ready to go green.
NASCAR being aggressive at the football games in Los Angeles.
And the green flag is back in the air. We're on to the final stint, to the end of the race. 17 laps to go.
Oh, that could have been trouble.
Yeah, big mess of cars here. The 9 car tries to navigate through the mess.
He's trying to not avoid being in and not involved in the wreck as a huge block from Alex Tanker. Operation drivers are being very aggressive. He now moves around Alex Tanker's machine.
While up front, Brett Pritchard's trying to hold off Eugene Hawk. Aaron Douglas is trying to catch his brother.
Douglas brothers still 1 and 2. been a while since they've done this. I
That
think
it
last
has.
time they did it was Kentucky in 2019.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Kalen Thibodeau lost a spot to Joseph Inesto, who tries to crawl back to his original starting spot, as does the 56 car.
Caitlin needs those spots for the championship.
Yeah, she does. Quinizo is going to look to the outside, trying to finish strong. Ryan DeLuso's up to the 13th spot. Noah Joyce is up to 17. Benjamin Thomas currently riding in 22nd. So we saw Adam Douglas was losing his lead late in the race at Laguna Seca to David Walsh, but eventually was able to close that one over him. I wonder if we're going to see the same thing here with Aaron Douglas. The gap is slowly starting to grow. Brett Pritchard's starting to grow his lead over Eugene Hawk. And Connor Mears just behind Eugene.
So with Aaron up towards the front, he actually would be locked into the points as they currently are. Benjamin Thomas is looking like he might be out, and with Ben being out, there is a chance that Noah Joyce will make it into the race offs. If Caitlin continues to drop, it ends up being somehow way below, like if she crashes, that would put Jay Langelier in. But currently the only drop is Joyce making it in and Benjamin not making the play.
Joyce is only 3 spots ahead of Benjamin Thomas.
Oh. That puts it very close then. They might actually be tied, legitimately.
Well, Ben's working for 21st
And that's
over Jonathan Rains.
The battle for 14th in points for any position that those two cars make.
So this is the most important part of this. If Benjamin Thomas can finish closing the gap on Noah Joyce, if Noah Joyce starts to have some issues, then we can see the 9 car just barely skimming over Noah.
Yeah, this is going to be the interesting one. They need to keep their gap the way it is, and Joyce trying to capitalize. And the more Langelier falls, the more that will actually help both drivers.
I think Langelier is behind them both, right?
Currently, yes. Langelier is 16th in points, about 15 points out from making it into the chase itself.
If we come into 7 laps to go, Noah Joyce is going to get the 61 car.
And yeah, that is
Or the 61's trying to pass him for position.
Correct. And he does here across the line. The 61 is now scored in the position ahead. Joyce losing a position is going to help Benjamin out.
There's 7 points between the two of them. But Joyce is 15th in points.
Yes, correct. Benjamin is ahead.
Yeah, he's just got to stay ahead of him, so 7 points.
So Joyce needs the point. And as we're saying this, he's going to lose another spot, potentially to Francie Davis, as he delivers a heavy block to the affiliated car.
And Ben's still trying to track down Richie Mancha.
4 points back on this. So at the time, it actually might have been a tie. But now, for sure, it's about 2 or 3 points out. So because he failed that pass, now it's not going to happen for Joyce. He needs to get back around the 61 car. As Ben works around the 82, that's going to make it even more difficult for him.
And that's going to be a top 20 for Ben after what he went through at the start of the race.
Yeah, Ben working on overdrive to make these positions happen and stay in the race-offs. Of course, not saying if any penalties happen. That could be the major shakeup here.
Mancha's going to be able to come back around the outside of Ben.
That's what Joyce wants to see.
And here comes Francie Davis on the outside of Noah. And Francie's going to make that work. Easily completes the pass on the 16. Moves the 16 to 19th. And Benjamin Thompson is going to try to mount a comeback on the 82 with just 3 laps to go. Right now, as they run, I believe Benjamin Thomas would be in. Yeah, because David Walsh isn't going to be able to make up any amount of points on Ben to be able to make it in. So right now, Benjamin Thomas holds the 14th spot in points with just 2 laps to go. Meanwhile, Adam Douglas has taken the white flag in his LL Flooring Ford Mustang as he works around turns 1 and 2. He's got a whole second lead on his brother. And Brett Pritchard's trying to close in the gap on the 97. What an incredible drive out of the 0 car. Leads flag to win at Dover International Speedway.
Another win for the 0 in the books. Another Western Auto Ford win. And Aaron gets his best finish of the season so far, finishing 2nd.
Here comes Noah Joyce. Looks like he's easily going to get 19th. Match is going to hold Benjamin Thomas off, so Ben will finish 21st, but that should put him in the 14th spot, pending any penalties that may arise. What a fantastic showing from Dover International Speedway to close out the regular season of the FARCA Premier Series presented by Credit One Bank. Only a handful of races left to go. We have 8 races for the race-offs.
Starting off at Daytona next week. Super Speedway to begin the whole thing.
As it should. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I hope you stick around for announcement of any sort of detriments that may arise.
Be interesting to see what the points results will be and see what the penalties might arise from this race. The 0 car looked really fast out there. I would be concerned to see if that car is actually going to be legal or not. That's fine.
It is fine. It's just going to have to work.
And the results.
Oh.
Dover.
Dover P.
There are no main race penalties for any of the drivers. Jay Langelier in qualifying has been given a fine. For general equipment specifications, it's a minor infraction and is a monetary penalty only. No other penalties have been awarded throughout the remainder of this race. And now, for the drivers to make it into the race-offs. Your regular season points champion is Dakota Caudill.
By 2 points.
By 2 points over Adam Douglas. Jonathan Hicks, 9 points back, finishes 3rd. Dylan Young, 4th. Rick Hughes is 5th. Connor Myers, 6th. Aaron Douglas is in 7th. Justin Osborne is 8th. Eugene Hawk, 9th. And here we go for the remainder of the chase. DeLusso, 10th. Onesto, 11th. Caitlin makes it in the 13th spot. And Brett Pritchard in 13th.
Noah Joyce made it in over Benjamin Thomas.
Noah Joyce beats Benjamin Thomas and will make it into the race-offs. The heartbreaking loss for Benjamin Thomas will not make it into the playoffs. A highly unfortunate day for all these guys out here. He, after the crash he was involved with early on into the race, did his best to make it in, but was unable to get enough position towards the end of the race. We thought unofficially
but how
he
is
had
2
the
spots
points.
7 points?
We have to go back through and look at the other stuff.
Yeah.
So next week we go to almost to Dover.
The
We go to
the Daytona. Man, that sucks for Ben.
So FARCA officials, we are going to go back and double check on the points as well because of the controversial finish. We're hearing between the two. The official is showing Noah Joyce. We're looking back at our main one, which shows
This has Benjamin. It's a tie between the two of them.
It was a tie.
But no, wait, hold on. Ben has that tie. He has more top tens. Ben should be in the playoffs because he has more top tens.
He does.
Yeah.
That needs to be fixed.
Benjamin Thomas makes it in over Noah Joyce. They had a tie on points, but if you go through all the tiebreakers, Benjamin Thomas has it with top tens.
So we need to show the stats that came in from our side, and take a look at anything we can see on the pages side to see. It's looking like we have a tie at our end, at least from the sim side. The website automatically implemented the chase, but stand by for more information on what may go on. At the moment, we will leave it as it is. Noah Joyce is in the chase, so for congratulations for now. But we are in review was whether or not Benjamin Thomas made it in or not. So for now, we will leave it at that. Thank you guys for a fantastically dramatic Dover, and we will see you guys next week for Daytona.
Peace out, y'all.